Union Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju on 2nd April 2025 tabled the Waqf Amendment Bill in the Lok Sabha. Surprising. However, there was a huge uproar by the opposition leading to a chaos. With the Waqf Amendment Bill, the government intends to make the management of properties more clear and honest and well managed. But opposition disagreed, leading to controversy. There is already an old act called the Waqf Act of 1995. The new bill was to make amendments in the old act to make the process more clear. Amid the uproar by the opposition, the bill was passed in the Lok Sabha. The bill was then passed in Rajya Sabha on 4th April 2025. President Droupadi Murmu approved the bill on 5th April 2025, making it a law. Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Surprising. There were controversies as the opposition didn't agree to the amendments. The government stated that the Waqf board consists only of Muslim men and no women was part of it. To ensure fairness and equality, the government wants to include women and non Muslims alongside Muslim men in the Waqf boards. Opposition alleged that government is cunning and the bill was aimed at oppressing Muslims and making them second-class citizens. The government said that the law is not against Muslims. It only wants to make the management of Waqf properties more clear and ensure equality. The issue led to a huge argument and uproar. The opposition, many organizations, and MPs such as Asaduddin Owaisi and Manoj have gone to the Supreme Court. They argue that the Waqf Amendment Act 2025 violates the Constitution and have called upon the Supreme Court to intervene. After the bill was passed, West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee said that she disagrees with the bill. She also stated that it would not be implemented in the state and they would continue to follow the earlier law. Shocking. BJP MP and spokesperson Sudhanshu Trivedi criticized Mamata and said that no state government can say no to a law passed by the central government. Once a law is passed by the central government, the states have to follow the same law and that West Bengal will also have to implement it. West Bengal's Murshidabad district has a huge Muslim population. Widespread protests broke out in West Bengal on 8th April 2025 against the newly passed Waqf bill as people expressed their disagreement. The protests in Murshidabad started peacefully. But suddenly, protests with a few roadblocks turned into massive clashes between the protesters and the police. In several places, including Murshidabad, protests were going on when the situation suddenly escalated. It was chaotic. 3 people died in the clashes and people were agitated. Protesters set a TMC leader's car on fire, prompting police to respond with a lathi charge. They also vandalized and set several shops on fire. The situation worsened and was difficult to handle. Shocking. Stones were pelted at a stationary train at Nimtita station, damaging railway and station property. At least 2 trains were cancelled and 5 other trains were diverted due to the unrest and the chaotic conditions. Shocking. The situation was extremely volatile. Seeing the situation worsen, the Calcutta High Court noted that the situation was beyond police control. The High Court ordered the central government to handle the situation and send central armed police forces and border security force to maintain law and order in the region. The situation became highly dangerous due to the widespread opposition to the passing of the Waqf Amendment Bill. According to reports, many Muslims are protesting after being misled by a few individuals. The Muslims are falsely told that their homes would be taken and mosques razed under the new Waqf Amendment Act. Fueled by fear and manipulated by misinformation, thousands of people protested, which ended up in violent clashes. On 11th April 2025, many Muslims, after the Friday prayers, gathered on the streets protesting. During the protests, there was stone pelting and situation worsened. Most of the protesters were young men between the age of 14 and 18. They damaged shops and vehicles. Mobs even attacked Hindu temples and homes. A father and son lost their lives after being stabbed multiple times during the incident, which occurred at night. Tragic. The next day, on 12th April 2025, one person was shot dead, and in all three lives were lost during the violent protests. Such a difficult situation. At least 18 policemen have been injured in the violence. About 150 protesters who caused violence were arrested and sent to jail. West Bengal police vowed to handle the situation effectively. This issue has turned into a major controversy. According to the reports, there are suspicions surrounding the clashes with claims that Indian Muslim community would not resort to violence and that illegal immigrants from Bangladesh could be involved. Reports indicate that an investigation is underway to identify those who incited violence within the crowd. In a surprising claim, BJP leader West Bengal Suvendu Adhikari said that over 400 Hindus have temporarily left their homes after the violence and sheltered themselves at their relatives' or friends' home. The current situation is bad and people are fearful. When the situation gets better, they would return back. Disheartening. In West Bengal, the Imams, religious leaders of the Muslim community who preach and provide guidance, urged people to remain calm, refrain from violent protests, and wait patiently to see how the situation unfolds. Amazing. TMC accused BJP of engaging in foul play, while in reality, there were only a few peaceful protests. BJP flooded social media with fake photos, videos showing violence in West Bengal, which were actually incidents from other states. TMC said that situation is now under control and protests have been subsided. Many people, including the leaders, have thanked the CAPF and BSF for their action and for bringing peace back to the region. They expressed their gratitude to them. You all might be aware of the US China trade war that stemmed up due to the application of hefty tariffs. Trump has decided to impose heavy tariff on Chinese goods. You all know about this tariff war between USA and China. China faces a dilemma as its products will now be hit with heavy tariffs. Many business owners from China have now decided to relocate their factories and set up them in new locations. This is now connected to India as they might be considering India for setting up their factories. Do you know in 2024-25 India's exports crossed $820 billion. Oh, amazing. So now many companies may consider India interesting. If they come here, they will have to pay lesser taxes. Do you know a month ago West Bengal had received investment proposals of rupees 4.40 lakh crore from several companies as they are thinking of setting up their factories in India. However, given the current issues in West Bengal, will the companies be able to remain profitable? They are in delusion. Similarly, Nagpur too faced issues like West Bengal, which made the companies a bit uncertain and confused. India is surprisingly ranked 79th globally in following and enforcing the law, which is quite upsetting. Often, rules and laws are ignored. Do you know when countries like Nepal and Indonesia are ahead of India? This is so shameful. Let's see what happens in the future. Disappointing.